Hey friends, today I'm bringing you a super interesting and romantic drama about a sweet, innocent girl who gets bullied by everyone. Even at college, everyone makes fun of her. Her own sister teases her and even frames her in a false case, sending her to jail for 2 years. Her own mom and dad don't support her either. Our heroine gets so overwhelmed by all this that she plans to commit suicide. But then, our hero enters her life and completely changes everything for her. He punishes anyone who ever messed with him really badly. Guys, this story is packed with romance and kissing scenes, so if you're into hot and intense drama, this video is perfect for you. At the start, we see a cute girl named Sia, who's the female lead of our drama. Sia is the top student at Shangwon University, and she also works as a waitress at a hotel. That's where we meet Mr. Shane, the richest businessman in the city. He's also connected to Sia's sister. CC had come to check things out, but the moment his eyes landed on Sia, he got really attracted to her. Now Sia starts serving him tea. Just then, CC introduces Mr. Shane to her and says that she topped Shangwon University this year. She adds that soon her dad is going to make her the CEO of the company. Hearing all this, Sia thinks to herself that this girl is a total liar. She used me to crack the exam and now she's showing off in front of everyone. CC doesn't hold back in trying to impress Mr. Shane. She doesn't give up, but Mr. is only focused on Sia. Mr. Shane looks at Sia and starts introducing himself, saying, "I'm 30 years old, but my stamina is really high. I can try 7 times in one night." Hearing this, Sia thinks Mr. Shane is here to see CC, so why is he telling all this to me? Then she starts gathering her stuff to leave. Just then Mr. Shane stops her and says, "Serve me tea with your own hands." Now Sia. Tension rises. Just then CC stops Sia and starts serving Mr. Shane herself. But Mr. Shane's assistant steps in and tells CC that since Mr. Shane gave this task to Sia, she's the one who should do it. So Sia takes the tea from CC and serves it to Mr. Shane. As soon as Mr. Shane starts drinking, he realizes there's something drugged in it. He asks Sia if she put anything in it. Sia quickly denies it, saying, "Why would I ever do that?" Now Mr. Shane. Trusting him, he drinks it. Now Sia tells Mr. Shane that she has some work and leaves, then Mr. Shane tells CC to leave as well. Hearing this, CC gets worried and thinks, "I had slipped some drugs into Mr. Shane's drink so I could spend the night with him. If I leave now, that will never happen." She asks Mr. Shane, "Can we talk alone for a bit?" But he immediately refuses. CC tries to convince him. But just then the assistant pulls CC out of there. Seeing this, CC gets really angry. Then she notices Sia working outside and says that all this happened because of Sia. If she hadn't come in front of Mr. Shane, he wouldn't have ignored me like this. To take out her anger on Sia, she calls the hotel manager, Lee, and tells him to bully Sia. At night, when Sia is finishing her work and heading home, she suddenly feels dizzy, and right then manager Lee appears in front of her. Sia looks at manager Lee and she asks, "What are you doing here?" Just then the manager grabs Sia's hand and says, "Darling, I came here just for you." Sia doesn't understand what's going on. Then the manager touches her cheek and says, "I've been waiting for this day for a long time. Finally, I got the chance." He tells Sia, "If you make me happy tonight, I promise I'll take good care of you. You won't even have to work as a waitress anymore." Then he tries to kiss her. At that moment, Sia. She kicks and runs away from there. The manager Lee also chases after her. Meanwhile, we see Mr. Shane's assistant, who's wondering what exactly Mr. Shane sees in that girl that he's so crazy about her. Just then, Sia comes running over and asks the assistant for help. The assistant sends Sia to Mr. Shane's room. As soon as Sia enters, the drugs start to take effect on her, and she falls straight onto Mr. Shane. Seeing this, Mr. Shane says to Sia, "You're not that. You're not as innocent as I thought. First, you cleverly slipped drugs into my team, and now you're sneaking into my room trying to seduce me." To which Sia says, "I don't know what's happening to me. I'm suddenly feeling really hot." Just then Mr. Shane grabs her and starts kissing her, saying, "Let me cool you down right now." But Sia stops him and says, "I've promised myself I won't do any of this before marriage." Hearing this, Mr. Shane. He says, "Even if I tell you I want to marry you, you'll still say no." Hearing this, Sia immediately goes up to Mr. Shane and asks, "Do you really want to marry me?" Right then, Mr. Shane pulls her onto the bed and starts kissing her neck. After that, he romantically kisses her lips. Sia gets fully into the mood and they get intimate. The next morning, seeing Sia's blood, Mr. Shane realizes that she was still a virgin. He gets super happy and gives her a sweet kiss on the forehead. Then he writes his number on her hand and walks away. Later, when Sia wakes up, she remembers what happened last night and feels really upset. She thinks, "Last night, while I was drunk, I lost my virginity to some stranger." She quickly changes her clothes and leaves. Meanwhile, the assistant calls Mr. Shane and says, "Boss, about that girl you like, I don't trust her. I found out she just got out of jail yesterday. She was in jail for 2 years because of some crime, and I've also heard that her parents kicked her out after her grandma died. That's why I think you should change your mind, because that girl isn't right for you. Then Mr. Shane tells his assistant that something must have gone wrong with that girl. Get me all the details about her. On the other side, we see Sia coming to her mom and dad. As soon as Sia's dad sees her, he gets angry and says, "After everything that's happened, you still have the nerve. How did you even get into our house?" Then Mom says, "You're not our daughter, you don't have any place here, it's better if you just leave quietly." Then Sia says, "I didn't come here to have anything to do with you, I just came to get Grandma's diary. Before she passed, Grandma told me she wrote a will for me in that diary, that's why I'm here." Then CC says, "Mom, you better kick her out right now or else. This will ruin our family's reputation too, she's a total troublemaker. I saw her in the hotel room with Manager Lee last night." Hearing this, Sia gets really angry and tells CC, "You were the one who drugged me and left me with Manager Lee." Right then, Mom slaps Sia hard. "How dare you say that to CC? You got caught stealing and now you're blaming her." Then Dad says, "A shameless girl like you can't stay in this house, not anymore. Get out of here." Sia, crying, says that you all never trusted me, you always blamed me. You made me work like a servant while always loving CC. I sometimes feel like I'm not even your biological daughter. Just as Mom is about to say something to Sia, Manager Lee comes over and tells everyone, "I've got good news for you all." Dad rushes over to Manager Lee and asks, "Tell me quickly, what is it?" Mr. Shane has accepted the proposal to marry CC. Yeah, Manager Lee said that just this morning he got a call from Mr. Shane's assistant. He said Mr. Shane likes your daughter and wants to marry her. Hearing this, Mom and Dad were over the moon. Then Manager Lee told Dad, "I've made the deal for you. Now in return you have to arrange Sia's wedding through me." Dad immediately agreed. Sia immediately refused and said, "I'll never marry a lowlife like Manager Lee." But Mom and Dad didn't listen to her and forced her into the marriage. They start forcing her. Sia tries to run away, but they tie her up and start taking her away. Just then Mr. Shane shows up. CC is super happy to see Mr. Shane and tells her mom, "Mr. Shane actually came here just for me." But right then Mr. Shane's bodyguard Manager Lee grabs her. Mr. Shane says to Manager Lee, "How dare you hurt Sia?" Then he tells his men, "Beat him up and break all his bones." After that, Mr. Shane goes over to Sia. And he picks her up in his arms and takes her away from there. Seeing this, CC and her mom and dad are shocked. Mr. Shen brings Sia to his house. She still doesn't understand what's going on. Just then, CC comes in with her dad and tells Mr. Shen, "You were supposed to marry me, so why did you bring her here?" Her dad then says, "Mr. Shen, you've brought the wrong girl, she's good for nothing. I'm ashamed to call her my daughter, so please leave her and marry CC instead. It's totally perfect for you." That's when Mr. Shane says, "How dare you? How could you enter my house without permission? And watch out if you even say one more word about Sia, she's going to be my wife. If you even think about hurting her, I'll kill you." Then he kisses Sia right in front of everyone. Seeing this, CC gets furious and rushes forward to hit Sia. But just then, Mr. Shane grabs her, slaps her hard, and the assistant kicks everyone out of the house. At night, Sia goes to Mr. Shane and asks, "What's going on? I don't understand anything." Mr. Shane tells Sia, "I like you and I want to marry you." Sia replies, "But we're so different, you're so rich you could have any girl you want, so why do you want to marry a poor girl like me?" Mr. Shane says, "Even if you're poor, your heart is pure and that's why I like you." So Sia. She says, "But think it over once more just in case you regret your decision later." Then Mr. Shane says, "That night you were so confident saying you wanted to marry me, so what happened now?" Hearing this, Sia replies, "What are you talking about? When did I ever say all that to you?" Now Mr. Shane realizes that Sia doesn't know he was the guy with her that night. Mr. Shane then tells Sia, "You rest for now, we'll talk about this later." Sia goes to freshen up, but then she notices something on her hands. She looks at the phone number and remembers that the stranger she was with last night had written down this number. She calls that number. Just then, she hears Mr. Shane's phone ringing and thinks this number must be his. When she goes to check with Mr. Shane, he puts his phone on silent. Seeing this, Sia thinks maybe that stranger is Mr. Shane after all. Everyone notices how uneasy Sia is. As she starts to leave, Mr. Shane grabs her and starts kissing her. And then he takes off his shirt, ties Zia's hands and starts kissing her lips closely. That's when Zia realizes the person she was with last night was Mr. Shane. She immediately pulls away from him and says, "Why didn't you tell me you were with me last night?" Mr. Shane replies, "Good thing you remember everything now." Zia says, "You didn't do the right thing. I was drunk too that night, but you deliberately did all that with me." Mr. Shane then says, "Hey, that night he was drunk too. You were the one who drugged my tea." Hearing this, Sia realizes it was all Sisso's trick, but Mr. Shane tells Sia to forget what happened and reminds her that they're about to get married anyway. The next morning, as soon as Sia wakes up, a bunch of servants welcome her warmly and talk to her with a lot of kindness. Seeing this, Sia feels really happy because no one has ever treated her with so much respect before. Then they help Sia get ready. Sia gets all dressed up nicely for Mr. Shane. She goes there and just then Sia's college friend Jinju shows up. Jinju has liked Sia since college. Seeing Jinju, Sia gets really shocked. Right then Mr. Shen arrives. Mr. Shen is Jinju's uncle. Jinju asks Sia, "What are you doing with Uncle Shen?" Sia replies, "We're getting married today." Hearing this, Jinju is shocked and says, "Are you crazy? You're only 20 and my uncle is way older than you. How can you marry him? Can you?" Now Sia doesn't even respond to Jinhu's words. Then Jinhu says to Sia, "I thought you were different from the other girls who just chase after money, but you turned out to be just like them. If you're marrying Uncle Shen for money, just tell me. I'm ready to give you more than him." Hearing this, Mr. Shen gets really angry and starts beating Jinhu, saying, "Sia is going to be my wife, so think carefully when you talk to her." Then he kisses Sia in front of Jinhu and says to him, "They say Sia likes me too, so it's better for you to just forget about her." After that, Mr. Shane takes Sia to the marriage bureau and they get their wedding registered. When they come out, Mr. Shane gifts Sia a really beautiful ring and she's super happy seeing it. The next day, Mr. Shane's grandma comes over. She sees Sia chopping vegetables and immediately realizes this is the girl her grandson married. Grandma walks up to Sia and they start talking. But Sia doesn't recognize Daddy and asks, "Who are you? I've never seen you here before." Then Daddy lies to Sia, saying, "I'm a servant in this house." Hearing this, Sia says, "You're so old and still have to work." Daddy replies, "Don't worry about me, I actually enjoy doing this work." Just then, Cece arrives. Sia asks Cece, "What are you doing here?" Cece responds, "And who do you think you are asking me that? I'm here. But I've come to meet Mr. Shane." Sia tells Cece that Mr. Shane isn't here, he's still in his office. But Cece doesn't listen and starts looking for Mr. Shane everywhere. Then Sia tells Cece that her husband isn't home. Hearing this, Cece loses it. She snaps at Sia, "How dare you call Mr. Shane your husband? He would never marry a street girl like you." Right then, Daddy shows Cece the marriage certificate and says that they are already married. Hearing this, Cece gets really angry and starts yelling at Grandma, saying the certificates must be fake. Cece begins to be rude to Grandma. Seeing this, Sia also gets mad and starts hitting Cece. Cece grabs Sia's hair and pulls it, which ends up hurting Sia. Seeing all this, Grandma gets really furious and grabs Sia's hand, taking her straight to Mr. Shane, who is doing an experiment with his friends. Grandma says to Mr. Shane, "This girl forcefully barged into your house and tried to hurt your wife." Hearing this, Mr. Shen got angry too and told his men to catch Cece. After that, he tortured Cece badly right in front of Sia. Cece apologized to Sia and promised she wouldn't do it again. So Sia asked Mr. Shen to let her go. The next day, Cece came to Sia with Jinhu and showed Sia his diary, saying, "You've liked Jinhu since college, so now how can you leave?" Jinhu gets emotional after seeing Sia's diary and immediately hugs her, saying, "Cece told me everything. I know marrying Uncle Shane was your compulsion. But now, don't worry at all, I'm back, you don't have to stress about anything anymore." Just then, Mr. Shane arrives and tells Jinwoo to stay away from his wife. Right then, Jinwoo shows Mr. Shane Sia's diary and says, "Sia likes me. She wants to marry me. It's just that she's forced into it, she can never be happy with you." Mr. Shen asks Sia, "Is this true? Is everything written in this diary true?" Crying, Sia tells Mr. Shen, "Yes, it's true, I've liked Jinwoo since college, but that was my past. I don't love him anymore because when I needed him the most, he wasn't there for me. My mom and dad left me too. No one was there for me and then you came into my life like an angel. That's why I only love you now." Saying this, she leaves. Mr. Shen tells Jinhu, "Now you must believe that Sia will never leave me." The next day, Mr. Shen announces a party. At the party, he introduces Sia as his wife in front of everyone. Just then, Cece shows up and starts insulting Sia, saying that she's illegitimate. She claims Mr. Shen made a huge mistake marrying her and that Sia doesn't even know who her real parents are. Everyone is shocked by this. Sia is confused and doesn't know what to say. Then she tells them, "This girl isn't my biological sister. My parents found her by the side of the road. They took her in, cared for her, but in return she betrayed them. People started gossiping that Mr. Shane is the richest man in this city. So how could he marry an illegitimate girl?" Hearing all this, Sia's heart breaks. Then Mr. Shane says Sia isn't illegitimate and calls her real mom and dad, who happen to be the owners of the Dong Group. When everyone sees Mr. Dong and his wife, they're all shocked. People are asking, "What is Mr. Dong doing here?" Then Mr. Shen says that Sia is the biological daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Dong. Years ago, One of their relatives kidnapped Sia to take revenge and left her to die on the street. But by chance, Mr. Song saved Sia so he could make her work as a servant in his house. CC's mom says that's all a lie. Sia is our biological daughter. But then Mrs. Dong shows them the paternity test report and says that Sia is indeed our biological. She's my daughter, you all kept her away from us for years. Sissy's mom comes to Sia and says, don't listen to what these people say, they're all lying, you're my own daughter. Right then Mr. Dong warns them, stay away from my daughter or I'll make sure you regret it more than you can ever imagine. Mr. Shen tells Sia, these are your real parents, they've been looking for you for years. Mrs. Dong is overjoyed to meet her daughter and says, from now on, I won't let you out of my sight, not even for a moment. I won't leave you alone. Seeing this, CC gets really angry and attacks Sia with a knife. But just then Mr. Shane steps in and kicks him hard. The guards arrive and take everyone away. Now in front of everyone, Mr. Shane proposes to Sia. Sia is super happy and they kiss, and that's where our drama ends.